This is the eZip Trailz from Curry. It's one of the most affordable electric bikes out there, and that's because it's got these heavier sealed lead acid batteries. They don't last as long. You don't get as many charge cycles out of them. They're only 24 volts versus 36 or 48, so they're a little bit weaker, but they drive this pretty powerful 450 watt chain drive motor down here. And so, again, compared to some of the other electric bikes that actually have a hub motor, it's lower end. But you know, you can still power the bike, and you don't have to pedal if you don't want to. It's basically, it functions a lot like a hub motor. It's just, you know, it's kind of got more parts here. It's a little bit noisier. It might not last as long. The upsides of this bike are that, you know, you can replace these batteries fairly inexpensively, and you can actually upgrade them to lithium if you want. Now, the rest of the bike is all, you know, pretty standard. You've got like a shock up here, nothing too special. Brakes are, again, pretty standard. This is a V brake, so you don't have disc brakes, which is, you know, a bit of a bummer because the bike is pretty heavy. But overall, it performs pretty well. When you're riding, sometimes I notice that the front can be a little bit wobbly, again, just because of all the weight there. But I like the fact that, you know, they've been making this bike for a long time, and they've got things like this chain guide. It's just plastic, but that ensures that your chain doesn't flop off, which can happen on some other electric bikes. And, you know, as far as replacing batteries go, you can have two batteries, and then there's a switch back here that lets you switch between first battery or the second battery, and that's kind of a neat feature. So, you know, you can pull those off pretty easily for charging. Overall, this bike, you know, works kind of as it should, and, you know, the components are good enough for what you're paying. Which is significantly less than most electric bikes. You know, you've got the brakes, they cut off power to the motor, kind of everything you'd expect. And then over here, you know, it's very simple. There's just a switch to turn from pedal assist mode, like that, to twist and go mode. So you can either use this just kind of like a scooter, or you can do pedal assist where it senses you're pedaling and it kind of kicks in and helps you. So it's really pretty versatile, you know, fairly fully functioned, or fully featured, just, you know, kind of lower quality. So I'm going to hop on the bike, and you'll get an idea of, you know, what it sounds like, what it's like to ride. I'm going to leave it in twist and go mode here. Okay, so I'm going to twist this. You can hear it go. Yeah, you can hear it. You know, with the sealed lead acid batteries and everything on this bike, it's not going to have the same kind of range that you would get from like a lithium battery, but that 450 watt motor does a good enough job. And if this is, you know, if this fits your budget, it's a good way to start with electric bikes. Just, you know, keep in mind the weight. And I think that's my biggest... Hey, it's a kitty. Hi, kitty. I think my biggest complaint here is that not only is it heavy, but all of the weight is in the back. So, you know, you've got the motor, that's fairly heavy. All the controllers and circuits and everything are right in there. And then you've got the battery packs. And when you lift this thing up, the front lifts up very well, but the back just doesn't. So keep that in mind, especially if you live upstairs. So for more pictures and a full written review, check out ElectricBikeReview.com. Thanks.